And hello, how are you all? Am I live? Can you hear me? Hopefully you can. It's telling me there's 26 people watching. All right, and I'm live. It's been a while. I've been extremely busy, but I've got some time. So I thought I'd go live, and I've also got a premiere coming up this afternoon or this evening. So hope to see you there as well. Who have we got here? Lots of people. Stuart, hello. Bex, Doc, Michael, Chewy, Bex again. David, I am Lord Siri, Shiri, Hurry. David, Mick Magellan. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Mike Jones, William, Starlight, Prosperity Now, Scottish Shatton, Peck, PXL, Walton, and Jim Dillinger. How are you going over there? Where are you, Jim? Are you in France still, or are you in the UK? All right, so, and Peter versus beers. Well, I hope you're winning, Peter. But don't fight too much. Those beers, they can kind of creep up and get you on the backhand. Shelley, Scotty, all righty. Hello, everyone. So, let's have a look. I've got notes. All right. So, to start with, of course, if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell for upload notifications and hit the like button. Share this information around these videos, guys, because it is waking people up. And this is, this topic is a good topic to share because you can show people that the world is alive without confronting them, without having to, talk about the crap that's going on. This is a good way to get in sideways and show them the illusion without having to, confront their egos so much, shall we say. What else? Oh, yes. Now, someone sent me some books. And I've lost your name, of course. Where are the books? These books. Can you see these? Thank you to whoever sent them to me. But of course, they came in the mail. I got your letter, and then I cleaned up, and I've lost the letter, and I've lost your name. So I'm sorry, but thank you, and thank you to all my subs, all my PayPal and Patreon subscribers. I really, really appreciate you. And I've got a Telegram channel up now. Link is in the description. Check that out. And I'm doing a series with Lorenzo called Oddyssey of Truth, and you'll find the link to the Telegram below as well. And we're going to be discussing the odd world that we find ourselves in, the odd world that we see, right? The Odyssey. So yeah, if you're interested in that, getting some life hack tips, join up. We've got an email list and a Telegram group. So there we go. I need to cough, so excuse me. All right. And I also wanted to give a shout out to, now I have to, can I share screen? Let's have a look. Share screen. Who have we got here? Okay, this might go weird for a bit. Can you see that? Hang on, let me. The Felon Show, Dave, over in New Zealand. King Dave, the Felon Show, has been doing some really good stuff. So go and check out King Dave at the Felon Show. And also, now I haven't put the links below, but just put in King Dave Felon and you'll find him. And this is a new channel I found called the Tartarian Truthers. And I've posted one or two of these videos in Telegram, I think. But really good stuff. It's all based on Australia, but yeah, just a new channel and really good videos. So go and check them out. And now I shall jump into the show. So what I've got today is, what are we called? Tartarian Air Travel. So we've looked at the airships before, the dirigibles, all this kind of stuff. Of course, the Hindenburg disaster ended all that, as they like to do. They like to burn things, right? But what was really going on in the old world? You know, we've got this picture of travel in airships. Of course, we've got a ton of movies that show this, and the whole steampunk sort of theme. Airships everywhere, right? So is that true? What was really going on? Let's get in and have a look. Let's see if I can get this going. Hang on. Hang on. Technical difficulties. 1 second. Where am I? So I hope you're all having an awesome time in this crazy world we find ourselves in. Just remember, guys, don't believe the hype. It's just a script. So don't give it any attention. All right, here we go. Airships. Let me make this a full screen. There we go. All right, so we've got all these pictures of airships back in the day. This is Bitchute. Is that how I say that? But basically, we know that they were around. Why can't I? Okay, and we also know now that they weren't just blimps. You know, they were built out. You can see this has got levels here. We've got the pilot house, we've got a lounge room, we've got cabins up the side here, kitchens, dining room, all this stuff in an airship, okay, used in a novel airship. And it says, what does it say? Like a plummet, auxiliary machines are provided which are kept running at an idle speed, ready to be called upon in an emergency. 4 hydraulic landing feet, 1 on each corner of the ship, absorb the shock of landing. Wow, okay, so in an emergency, it can drop down. It's got little feet that come out. Okay, what does it say there? The gyroship also has the invention of a popular front-wheel drive for autos to his credit, as well as a 4-wheel drive and a caloric steam engine. The latter machine would supply the power for the airship. Steam, there you go. And what do we have down here? We have a tower. Okay, so what are these airships? Here's another one. All these photos are basically from the 20s and 30s. Now this one, it's tethered to the top. I believe this is the Chrysler building. Huge airship, look at the size of that thing. And tethered to the top of a building. Now, we had a bit of a look at this in the last videos I did about airships, and we discovered that they used to tether to the top of the Empire State Building. And here's a shot, airships over Egypt. Now, this is a modern airship, or they'd probably call it a blimp, but look how it's connected here to this tower, this tethering tower. The same as this one is connected to a tethering tower. And this one has, look at it, it's got this walkway that comes out. So the people can come out, get on the walkway, walk down, and then they descend. Okay, because it's a landing platform, right? It's a landing platform. Here's just a picture of, obviously this is just an artist's interpretation, but how real is this, right? And big propellers. Propellers is something else that we see on these airships and dirigibles in the past, but we're sort of not showing them. They're not really part of the story that we're given. They just sort of want us to think that they're, I don't know, balloons that were just kind of floating around. I mean, but they were huge. Here's another one. This is a newer, of course, this is what they call a blimp. But look what it's approaching. Interesting shot. That's Empire State, isn't it? Pretty sure. And here we go. So this is one of the shots. And as you can see, people, top of a tower, got the observation deck, and they're literally walking into the front of this airship, and it's tethered to the top here. And there seem to be other cables down here. Is it also powering up? And look at this one. Airship with helicopters on the corner that can descend and ascend. And of course, you know, the military took them over, right? They're all military now. You know, we're not allowed to have airships. It's something that we're not allowed to, you know, we're not even really supposed to consider it, are we? Another good shot, huge airship. And what do we have here? What could this be? You know, is this a platform here? This is just to show how it all works, right? Connected up to the cone, it can sort of swivel on there a bit. Major couplings, ball bearings. Shows the whole working of it. Got the people coming up, boarding or, you know, leaving the airship. But now they tell us none of this happened. No, don't be silly. Don't be silly. This is that shot now. A lot of you may have seen this shot. Now, what it is, what we're told it, I mean, it looks like people sitting up in an airship, doesn't it? Looking down on the city. But the description is, we're told it's from a World's Fair. I'm not sure which one, around the 1900s, I'm thinking, looking at the clothes. And it was supposed to be some kind of projection. You sit up in this room and they project cityscapes below you. But interesting that we have so many, you know, views, drawings, photos and things like this of cityscapes that are clearly taken from the air. But of course, they don't tell us who took them or how or where they were. They like to sort of avoid that. A pop-out propeller on the side of an airship so that they could stabilize, they could move around. You know, they weren't just balloons. They want us to think they were balloons, but they weren't. They were like air giants, right? All built out inside. They were like literally like hotels. Dining rooms, passenger rooms, sleeping compartments, reading rooms, you know, multi-levels. And this is the engine room by the looks of it. 80 miles an hour, as big as a liner, as big as like a cruise ship. So there you go. This is one being stored. This is, you know, it looks a bit makeshift, doesn't it, this shed? But, you know, we see, here's another one. We see lots of these kind of constructions around. These look like newer ones. These, you know, look like they're made out of corrugated iron. But is this what some of these bigger buildings are? You know, with these huge interiors in them that we can't explain. Were some of those for airships? More airships, of course, Navy. But this is a tethering tower. And so we're going to get into tethering tower, like what are the tethering towers, right? Here's another one. Now look at this mooring tower, okay? Mooring tower. Passengers enter here. Observation room, stateroom, saloon, lounge, passenger quarters, shelter deck, passenger lift to go up and down, engines. And what do we have in the middle of this tower but a passenger lift? Okay, and look where this thing is. Look familiar? No, 4 corners, 4 angels, 4 angles, something in the middle. Could be Mount Mewe, right? Ascend to the 7th heaven. But look at this, right? This is an air station. Air station, right? This is an air station. And if you can see up here, observation car, pilot's room. And what does this say? London to New York. All right, so is this what was going on? Have we been fooled again? And the WHO told us we shouldn't be. 2 days to Europe in a flying hotel. Why not? You know, why not cruise? And these things wouldn't have been polluting and taken all, you know, needed all the jet fuel and stuff. Probably wouldn't be too good at, you know, dropping trails either. More airships on top of buildings. And here's another one that is tethered to a building. All right, tower in the middle, no doubt full of steps. Up here we have like the deck, what we're told are observation decks, but they're really boarding decks. And the tether up here. And here's all the passengers. Another one just to show you the tethering. This is a newer one. Does that say Hindenburg? Oh, well, maybe it's the Hindenburg. Oh, gosh. Oh, okay, it is. Look at that car, 30s. Wow, okay. So this tethering station here is the same as the one that they were using in the army today. Oh, gosh. That was way back. Oh, my God, I've gone too far. That one. Very similar to that. And sorry. There was that one there. This one. So maybe that's a lot. Maybe that's back in the 30s as well. But tethering, right? Tethering stations. Look at this shot. Look at this dude. Hello. Hello. Yeah, right. Standing on the top of, and again, what is this? You know, is that the tether there, that ball thing? Is this maybe what some of the balls we see? I mean, obviously a lot of them are on the top, but we see some on the top. And is this a deck down here? Another shot, just to show you how big these things were. And I think I've got too many photos. These are water towers, we're told. Pretty interesting. They all have this same, you know, tether spot on the top, or maybe it was removed. So are these refueling stations maybe? What do you think? What were these airships running on? You know, were these full of, you know, compressed hydrogen or something? And this is a good shot. Got the horse and cart in front of the old world tech. And again, tethered to this tower with the stairs. Now, what else does that look like? If you could imagine, if that, you know, if the walls were bricked in, what would that look like? We've all seen this one probably, just to show you, they were floating hotels. Look at this one. What's happening here? Not sure what's going on. Smoke plots the Zeppelin. What? Smoke plots. Okay. It says they're sending out smoke to plot the course, I think. But they were everywhere. Look at that building. Now, this is, of course, what I'm thinking. This is going to be a train station, right? Looks like what we call a train station. Is that really what it is? You know, what's this really? What's this really? Was it some other kind of station or port? All right, so we've come to the end of the first file there, and my cat has started meowing, so hopefully she'll let me get through this. Let me just do that. All right, so what do you think about that? So that's just to show you, yeah, basically, I should be Can I put this on automatic scroll comments somehow? No. Yeah, what do you think about that, guys? We know we've got the Zeppelins everywhere, and we've seen the pictures of the buildings like the Chrysler Building and the Empire State, but were they there in the old world? If they were using airships in the old world, oh my gosh, my cat's screaming at me. How are they getting on and off them? Because if you saw my last interview with Michelle Gibson a couple of weeks ago, she was looking at water towers, and she found a water tower, and she found some old pictures of it, and in the middle of it, it had an elevator and a stairwell, and it was supposed to be a water tower. And we have these water towers everywhere, right? So what were water towers really? And I do have some more notes here, right? Towers, right? Think about the word tower. I was just thinking about it. Tower, to where? Chuck an H in there, and tower becomes to where? Is that what a tower is? It's somewhere that takes you somewhere. That's how you get to where you want to go. Airships get anchored. Okay, so the ships actually the ships of the air, and this is part of the whole change, right? They've just put them in the water and changed the air to maritime and their citizenship. And we're going to look at something called victory towers too. And these victory towers are everywhere. And, the question is, what was the victory over? What was the victory over? All right. Christopher, how you going? Zal, welcome. Hello. Hippie Shake, hello. Mick Magellan, Slime, hello. Stuart Rogers, McNifty, Dorf Googleston, how you going? Sketches, hello. Big Crush, hello. Tower of Terror, yeah. I've got a picture of something that's called the Tower of Terror, and that's a good point. We hear the Tower of Terror a lot. Are we supposed to be scared of towers? My cat is going off. I don't know why. I made sure she's got food. She just likes to scream at me. Yeah, Joe, how you going? Kitty does want attention. I think my son has just let him into his room. She's very, very bossy. She's old and bossy. Who else have we got here? Oh, hello, average American. Thank you. David M, Truth Seeker. Hello. WB1, Water Crystal. Oh, gosh, what happened? Electromagnetic energy, 0 point energy, commonly used in the ancient world and the world before us, still used today in the Iron Republic. Yeah, and no doubt other places too. We don't know, right? All these mansions and all these castles that you can't go in, they're all guarded, where all the, the royals live. We don't know if the tech's still working there. It very well could be. I've got footage, and you've probably all seen it. There's a tower in Bangladesh, and it's still sparking. Kitty. Oh my gosh, Kitty. Hello, Tom. Thank you very much. All right. Now, let's see if I've got a video I can quickly put on, and I will go and talk to my cat. No, she definitely just got let into my son's room, so that's good. All right. Kitty is good. All right. Crisis averted. So let's go back in and let's get into airships, right? Airships. Traveling air travel in Tartaria. What were they doing? Were they doing it? And if so, how? How were they entering? How are they getting into these towers to go to where they wanted to go? Let us have a look. Hopefully I've got this done. Okie dokie. So these are called victory towers. This is a victory tower. Now, we have a couple of different levels here. And then we have this other level. Then we have a bit where you can get out in the open, and on the top, it's a bit hard to see, but got a ball up there and what looks like a tethering station. A victory tower. What was the victory over? This is a victory tower. This is in India. This is obviously back in the day, right? And this is already in ruins in the 1800s. Same thing. Big tower. Observation decks up the top. Another deck. And there's nothing on the top there. It may have come off. But what is this? What is it? You know, that they can't really, in their narrative, explain this away as a water tower, which they do with pretty much all the other ones, or their victory towers. Now these are victory towers in India. Okay, same thing. Doors at the bottom so you can get in. Windows up high, and we have these decks up the top. So are these towers for airships? This one's in Asia. I think it's sort of Thailand or Malaysia area. It looks like it's sitting on a star fort, but again, and also looks like a pagoda. You know, has that just had the top knocked off it? Because this is what they do. If these could all have had the same function, but then they get them and some become victory towers, some become water towers, some just become towers, and some may become lighthouses, right? I mean, if I put a light on the top of that and told you it was a lighthouse, how could you disagree? This one you might not be able to call a lighthouse. Of course, India, right? India, I think, avoided the refacading for some reason. Doorway in the bottom, all these levels going up, and decks on the top. Is this how they were traveling in the old world? Right, doors in the bottom, big tower, and decks up the top. Oops, I think we've seen that one. Because what else were these? What else were these? This is a person, by the way. So you can see how big this place is. That's a doorway. All right, so you go in, got a deck here where you can wait, and then you go up the ladder in the middle, and here's your deck. This has probably been replaced. Who knows? Maybe it hasn't. Maybe they tethered to this and recharged. But yeah, looking very much, you know, like those photos we saw with the airships tethered to them. So, you know, this is like, you know, this is a star city, right? Is this the airport? Is that what we're looking at? Is that, you know, why airships are banned? Because in an airship, you can see a lot. You know, they're like, it's pretty hard to go and make an aeroplane, right? I know some people can, and I don't know if you can do it by yourself. I'm sure some people can. But airships, you know, much easier, right? And free energy, pretty much. They could be, at least very cheap energy. But you get to see so much more of what's out in the world, though, don't you? Because they travel slowly and they're lower, and you've got all these observation windows, different to a plane where you're just scooting through the air really high and you can't see any detail. So, did they have to get rid of them so that we couldn't see the realm properly? Did they just give us too much freedom to see where we were? This one still has a tethering point on top. Right? So is this what they are? Now this is, where was this one? This was in Ireland or something. I don't know, India. Well, it is India. Looking like the Taj Mahal a bit, right? And here's the airport. several airports, maybe, or 2 airports. Who knows? Is that what they were? What do you reckon? And, was this some kind of generator to generate the energy to charge them? Another one. And this, again, looks, kind of small, but this is huge. I don't think we've got any reference of people. But the same thing, right? Just this big tower, I think. Is that? No, it's just an angel. That one's a column. Has that been, changed a bit? Because we have all these random huge columns everywhere too, but I don't know. Are there stairs in there? Because this could easily have been a door covered up, and it almost looks like the door's trying to come back through, doesn't it? What do you think? Oh, there we go. So that is the end of water tower. No, Victory Towers. So let me open water towers, and can you see that one? All right, look at that. What a smooth transition. Check this out. This one is in the USA. This one is Chicago Water Tower, 1868, before the Great Fire. Yeah, Chicago. What do you think? Like, what else could that be but an airport? I mean, seriously, looking at that's actually the most logical explanation, if you ask me. I mean, what else? They're probably going to, they'll try and tell you it's a water tower, no doubt. And all these water towers have windows. I mean, cooling vents. Yeah, maybe you could make that argument. But we've we've got a lot of old plans, and these things have stairwells in them. Another one, deck. Now, is this, some kind of the fuel maybe? And this is where the stairway in the actual port. Again, so this is called a water tower. But, we've got door in the bottom, and look at the size of it. Door in the bottom, go up the top, and up the top here, there's a deck open to the air, and of course, they've probably turned this into a radio, TV, telecommunications antenna, but yeah, was there a tethering ball up there? Is that an airport? Is that an airport? Door at the bottom, go up, deck here. It looks like there's a deck up there too. Definitely a deck up there. And again, this could be retro added. This statue probably is Poseidon. Bit Phoenician. They're remarking, reclaiming. Is that what the Victory Towers are all about? But I mean, that looks very much like the top of the Empire State Building, that shot where it shows people getting on and off the airships, doesn't it? So look at this one. I mean, what could possibly be the point? And if this is a water tower, I mean, seriously, what's with this? Okay, at the top, tethering balls, little observation deck, or a deck that's open. Oh, is that the moon? Moon's looking a bit pale. A few nice chemtrails there. Another one. And then you get into these that look like, the castle turrets, but where's the castle that it's supposed to be attached to? Big open air deck. Did it tether on here and people do? What do you think? Another one, just random. I mean, they're just so random, these towers. I mean, these are all called water towers, what we're looking at the moment. Then I've got a file of just towers that are random towers, but you can see there's a deck here. I mean, they're just everywhere. Another one. Tethering ball deck. Power station. Again, where's the castle this is supposed to be attached to? I mean, and just a huge, just a huge tower. This thing's massive. Got windows and things. And then up the top, we've got this open air bit. So is this just, have they just taken off the top of it? And so that they can tell us that, no, that was just built for archers, right? You just put archers up there so they can shoot arrows. This one's in Denmark. Now, this has been turned into a hotel. Pretty small hotel, I would think. But same thing. I'm pretty sure they say it's a repurposed water tower. Door in the bottom. And if they could turn it into a hotel, it just shows you how big it is and, how sound it's made. And look what we have on the top. This has obviously been closed in. The same old story. Same old story. Here's something from back in the day. Look at that. I mean, look how tall that is. And again, there's a deck up there. Again. So what are all these things? Again, this has got that sort of, it's not as round, but that sort of Taj Mahal-y kind of look, right? Big building with the twin poles. And here we have an airport. Door in the bottom. Right. A deck here. And here we have the controllers saying, no, you will not be using that airport. This is, I think this is the USA as well. Waterworks Park Tower. Where's Waterworks Park? I think that's Chicago or something, I think. But it's the same thing. That's a doorway or a window, something there. Big tower. Obviously, you're getting a bit of a reface, right? A bit of a new facade put on it. Now, this is listed as a water tower. So obviously that's had a lot of refacading and work done to it, but I mean, come on, what is that? This is listed as a water tower. Now, apart from the size of this thing, look, this thing is huge. Where's the water kept? This is empty, right? I don't think it's going to hold much water. This thing is full of windows. And even if they're going to try and say this was the water tower, what's the point of having this? I mean, that's ridiculous, right? That's listed as a water tower. What do you think? Decks up here, tethering points. All right, let's stop sharing for a bit. I still do have more pics to go. Let me get rid of these. What do you reckon of that? Tethering towers, right? Airports all over the place. Fuel tanks and departure from the top. It's just a pole. Sketches. Oh, is it just a pole? Okay, sorry guys. Sketches is correct. I think we've turned into conspiracy theories and we should probably shut this show down because we're looking at things we shouldn't. Kiss the Sky wants sandwiches. It's lunchtime. Spirited Woman, hello. OG Scotty. They're onto all the tricks. They are. David M. Here's a fact. The Wiz is back. Nobody breaks the Wiz. Beats the Wiz. Is that the Wizard of Oz? Brian Evans, hello. Hippie Shake. Joe Gifford, hello. Again. Scarlett Simon, Water Tower, my ass. Genie Bottle, sorry. Summer Rich, foliage such as tall towers and chimneys. Yeah, well, chimneys, that's another one, right? That we see a lot, these tall chimneys. What were they? What were just house chimneys? That's what I want to know. I did an interview on, yesterday, I think, like 3 a.m, with Sasha Stone, which was really interesting. And that's where I got this idea of the tethering towers. He brought that up. It was really good because he's just getting onto Tartari. He's been researching it, but he's coming from a completely different perspective. But he also has researchers, man. He can pay people to look into stuff. That would be cool. So yeah, we had a 2-hour chat. And yeah, I liked him. Got on well with him. I know some people may not agree or like Sasha, but yeah, had a really good chat with him. Found him really good, and got some good, some good information to bring out, like these towers. All over the place. What are they? Victory towers, water towers, the old world. All this stuff that's been hidden. Spirited Woman, Michael Tellinger, Africa Tartary. Michael Tellinger put out a video yesterday. I can't remember what it's called, but it was on Frequency. It's his latest one. Check it out. It's really good. Also, oh gosh, what's his name? From India. Let me know. Gosh, I just lost his name completely. The Indian historian dude. He's got a really good video on an ancient turbine that he's found, basically. But yeah, so I've been doing lots of chats, been really busy. I did one with Mark Atwood as well. The Sasha Stone ones are for like his private group, so I don't think they'll be getting released. But Praveen, yes, thank you, Sean, Praveen Mohan. So some of them might be released, but the good thing about that is I'm going to be able to get the info and bring it out to you guys so that we'll get a whole different perspective. So I think that will be awesome. And Mark Atwood, yeah, I had a chat with Mark Atwood as well. So that is in the Telegram group. So if you're not in the Telegram group, links below, go join up, join the conversation, all that kind of stuff. Sasha Stone is a great human of service to others. Yeah, I agree, Benny. He's definitely alpha. He's not a sit back, take your crap kind of guy. He definitely speaks his mind, which may put some people off. But yeah, no, I think he's great. He's done he's done a lot of work over the last probably 12 or more years now. Marie Keithley, you saw the video, the Mark Atwood one, awesome. Yes, Jim West, dynamos, yes. Magnetic dynamos are big component of all this old world power system, grid, circuit board, cities, whatever you want to call it. And of course the magnetrons are the shape of the octagons, right? All the bandstands and rotundas and stuff we see everywhere, and power stations and all that kind of stuff. They actually were power stations. Good vibes. Thank you, Rizak. Average American, hello. Saw Atwood chat. All right, Jim, how did I go? Did I do well? Lee, hello. Thank you for joining us. Benny, you do a great job. Thank you. Yeah, we had a meetup too. Hello to all the Perth peeps. Last weekend like 3 days ago on Saturday, we had a meetup, and there was probably 30 to 40 people, I would think. It was really good. I tried to get to speak to everyone. So if you were there and I missed you, I'm sorry. Yeah, but it was good. So meetups, that's also yeah, we're working on platforms, but at the moment Telegram's a good place to connect. Just ask people where they are. The app, of course, Dave Weiss's app, and get groups together. We've got lots coming up, lots in the works. We want to get meetups. We're thinking of getting an overnight, camp, like an overnighter, and some seminars maybe, right? follow Martin's lead and get some live events in Perth. So especially if you're in Perth, but everyone, but especially if you're in Perth and you'll be able to attend events and things. Make sure you're on Telegram and on the email list. There we go. Joe says yes, you'll be there in December too, though, Joe. So that's the other thing, guys. God, we're definitely in the quickening. So much going on. The hunt for the Crystal City, the quest, and you need a question, right, to have a quest. So that is buffering as we speak. That's being done as there's no plan. We are putting that in the hands of the creator, and we're just going to follow the clues. So join us. Make sure you joined, if you're on Facebook, Kelly's group, Tartaria Australia, or Australia Tartaria, but also the Telegram group, and we'll keep you up to date on all of that stuff. Might even talk to Kelly and see if she's into getting a Telegram group just for that, because I'm starting to get lots of questions and inquiries. And if I haven't got back to your email, I will in the next few days. It's been really, really snowed under. All right. Average American likes new theories. Well, you're not an average American then. I think you need to change your name to Super American. Thinking American. There we go. Average is okay. Simple Man is sick of looking up my dude. Sick of looking up your dude. My nose. Am I doing that? I'm trying to read, dude. That's rude. What's wrong with my nose? I've got a nice nose. All right, so let's get in. I've still got some more pictures we've got to get through, and then we'll have a bit of a chat. And how are we going for time? Oh my God, it's already 46 minutes. All right, I wasn't expecting this to be too long. We'll see how we go. Hour and a half, maybe. I won't be going and doing a Martin, I don't think. So we are going to go to lighthouses. Let's do lighthouses. Lighthouses. Actually, let me just... is that better? There we go. All right. Yeah, lighthouses. Okay, door at the bottom. Very big structure, little people. And this shows us there is stairs in the middle to get up to the top. And what do we have on the top but a platform? And what do we have here but what looks like a tethering ball? Okay, so what are lighthouses? Because this, like I said before, if this was inland, it would be a water tower. But because it's on the coast, it's a lighthouse. I think this is what they're doing. Now, is this called? Yeah, this is called a lighthouse. And look, it's attached to a house to another building. Literally, you can see it coming out of it. Really? Who would build a lighthouse like that? Same thing. Okay, tethering points. This one's got a pretty cool antenna on it. Decks to get on and off. And this shows the internal. And of course, this one's a hexagon. So was this, a magnetron as well? Because, everything in the old world was dual purpose, right? All dual purpose. Again, just to show you, and we know this, with lighthouses. We know that they got steps in the inside, but we didn't know they were in water towers until Michelle found that. And no doubt we'll find lots more of water towers and things with the steps inside them. And then also all these other towers that are just, anomalous type towers. Right, and we've got all these sections looking very machine-like. And these may have had lights in them as well, for nighttime, right, to direct the airships in, to let them know where to land or tether, anchor. Okay, now these are all water towers, guys. These are all water towers, we are told. Okay, door in the bottom, decks, tethers, same thing. How much water are you going to hold in this one? I don't know. And again, attached to buildings. And you can see, if you put a light in there, that's a lighthouse. Right? Same with these. It's just the refacading, guy. Just the refacading. Steps. Do. Tethers. Decks. Yeah, that one. And same thing, right? A lighthouse, but it's just a big deck. The tethering point there. And of course, a lot of them have now had, like, modern antennas, not ethereal antennas, but modern communication antennas put on them. I mean, and the question's always why and how did they build, these lighthouses out in the ocean and stuff. Maybe we had different water levels. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, here's another tower, right? And when we look inside it, what do we get? Steps. Up to a big deck. And we have this. So again, did this have something on the top that was a tethering point, but they had to take it off to tell us, no, that's a medieval, castle tower. They just forgot to build the castle that attached to it. But that happens all the time, so don't worry about it. All right, deck, tethering point. Deck, tethering point. And this is a belfry, right? This is the same as what we call a belfry. They've just put more glass in some of them. And why do we have so many of these towers, lighthouses, whatever they want to call them? They're all over the realm, and so many of them are like this. They're just derelict. They're just left to rot. Why would that be? If they're lighthouses, as far as I know, we still have ships. And as far as I know, those ships aren't, running on infrared vision during the nighttime. So how do they explain this? Apart from the deck and the tethering point. Like, seriously, so many of them are abandoned, right? It doesn't make sense. If these were airports and that was tech that they didn't want us to have because it would show us too much of the realm and give us too much freedom, well, then it makes perfect sense that they would be derelict because they were already there, and so they've been left to ruin. It's not like they were built in the modern era and then discarded. Like we're told, that's just such a common story with so many things. We just build it and then discard it. But we know that the way that they run is profit, not debt. They don't do stuff like that. Tethering point, deck. And these are different sizes. Like, I'm thinking they probably had different size airships, right? We have the big cruiser ones for the really big stations and towers. And then there was probably, family size ones and single size ones. Who knows? That's all the same story. All the same, right? Doors at the bottom. Decks at the top. Tethering points. And I mean, look at this. This is a lighthouse, guys. Right? That tethering point, right? Deck. This is a lighthouse. How do they explain the design of that? Again, that they forgot to build the castle that attached to it. That's the same one, I believe, back in the day. It looks like it's got an extra deck on it. Bit more tech up there. Is that the same one? Oh, no, it's not. Sorry. I think think I have another pic of that one. No, not there. Lighthouse. This one's filled in. So where does the light shine from? But again, this, you know, if that wasn't on the ocean, that would be called a water tower. Deck, tethering point. Deck, tethering point. I mean, it's just, when you see it, it's just, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. All right, let me get through my last file and then we'll have a chat. This one is just towers. And of course, we all know this tower, right, in the background. This is the new people being released, right? All got the same clothes on. And here we have one of the controllers. What do we have at the top here? But a deck and a tether point. And Bernie was talking about this, how these are everywhere, these towers, and that they call them replicas of the Eiffel Tower. But when you look at them, none of them actually are replicas. They're all, you know, metal towers, but they're all different. They don't look the same as this. So here we go. This is the top of the Eiffel Tower. If you didn't believe me, there's a big deck there. Now, I can't read French. Scientific observations. De Sol. What does Sol mean? Sun, light. Don't know. L'Affaire. Does anyone know what L'Affaire means? Does that mean board here? Antennas. I mean, this is no doubt going to be explaining how it's all, you know, modern communications. But I mean, look at it, right? I mean, come on. It's all the same. 1889. Right? Deck, tether. And of course, why did they, you know, build the Eiffel Tower, or why did it get famous, are we told? Because it was the first tower to have an elevator in it that had, you know, the new brakes, emergency brakes attached to it. And the dude who invented it went up and let it fall, and the brakes saved him, and everyone went, yay. And that's when apparently elevators came in, right, in sort of 1890s, late 1880s. But is that a true story? How long have we had elevators? Because all you need is a cable, right, a bit of power. World's Fair. Now, in the picture, this said that this was France. I mean, look at the size of these lights. Wow. But that doesn't look like the Eiffel Tower to me. I mean, it looks similar, but I don't know. But again, you know, airports. Random towers with no castles. What are they? Right? What are they? Because the story we get is they're literally either defensive towers or they're hunting towers. You know, they want us to think that people just stood up there either looking for the enemy to come or looking for animals to kill. Basically looking for something to kill. That's what they're for. They're killing towers. Towers of terror. Big deck. Tethering point. India. Right? Again, even these. You know. What are these really? Are these just the same thing? Looks like there was a door there, but they've still got the facading on. Don't know, but I mean, India is, you know, ridiculous. What is this? Like, seriously? Are these all just airports, just different sized? Look at that, top of a building. This one was, I think they knocked it over, was in the UK. What does that say? New is that Brighton, New Brighton Tower? Stairs right up the middle. Tethering point decks. Right, so is this what we're really looking at here? Even in castles, this one, they actually remembered to attach the castle to the tower. So that's good. That's a good start. And is this the airport for this castle, whatever castles are or were? Maybe that was just where the fly-in, fly-out workers came in, right? To keep the machine running. Another one, just a tower. Look at the side. These are cars, so massive. And, it looks like there was a deck here. I could have just filled that in quite easily. And we've got, again, what looks like a tethering point. Again, back in the old world. What are these things? Is this a deck? Is this a deck? Tethering point. We're told this is just a SketchUp that was never built. What did it say? Designed for National Memorial. But, just looking like all the other towers, when you get to the top, it looks like there's a deck there. And for what reason? For what reason? Right, back in the day, Italy, I believe. Right, decks, somewhere to tether to. It's got a spire on it there, but what's the deal? Did they attach to the spires? Who knows? But that is, it's not a water tower. It's not a lighthouse. It's not a victory tower. What is it? And of course, it looks like the leaning tower of Pisa. Pisa? Maybe an airship flew into the leaning tower of Pisa. Maybe it used to be the vertical tower of Pisa. Again, I've got these decks here attached to building. What is all this stuff? What is it? What is it? Come on. Just everywhere. And of course this, no doubt most of you have seen this picture. And this, this looks like, with these mini airports, right? For like single airships or, two-man airships. And you just keep them tethered there and you run up, jump in them and off you go. Keep the big ones up here maybe, I don't know. Though there's no deck on that. That's probably more of a power plant. But, these, what we call the belfries, right? Are they really a sign of airships? Now look at this. This is on the top of Notre Dame. And this has literally got stairs and people walking up the stairs to, what we've just been looking at on the top of towers, right? A deck, cut the top off this photo, so I haven't got it. But is this showing us what these are for? Is this mocking us, or is this just, did this get left? Is this, were they showing us this is what these are for? And is that why there's statues on top of so many of them? This is where the people are supposed to go. Come up here. Look at the size of these towers. Towers to where, right? To where? What is the point? This, I don't know how old this one is. This could be new, I'm not sure, but, interesting nonetheless. This definitely isn't new. Same stuff. And if you look up here, it looks like it may have been filled in because they can put these slits in and say, no, see, it was for arches, right? Definitely for arches. This one is in Scotland. And again, it's just a random tower. All right, look at this. Is this showing you that there's steps inside? And up the top, just a big deck. This look, Looks like it should be in Thailand or Cambodia, doesn't it? But it's in Scotland. So, did they all used to be a bit more like this? So these, capacitors and things to refuel, right? Refuel the airships. And they're just everywhere. Decks, tethering stations. Travel in the old world. So what do you think? Now this one, this is in Japan. Disney, I think it's called Disney Water World, but Disney World, Japan. And this has been looked at before. This is supposed to be pretty new, but it doesn't look pretty new, even to like the iron on the top of this roof here. Obviously all the usual suspects just everywhere. But they tell us it's new. But again, is this deck here and these towers, are these little airports? No, random towers. This one's obviously looks like it's been covered in stone. I had to date it, in stone as well to say, yeah, see, definitely built it. But what is that really? Why would you build that? If you were going to build a house, why would you build that? Why would you make it as hard as possible for the least amount of livable space? Doesn't make a lot of sense. And with that, I believe we have come to the end of our journey. Oh, how do I stop sharing? There. All right. So how do I do this so you don't look at my nose? I need... You're just going to have to look at my nose. I'm sorry, people. All right. So what do you think? Oh, hello, Callum. How you doing? If people... let me... what are you saying? If people did use nice and efficient blimps, well, you would put these everywhere, wouldn't? Of course you would. Why wouldn't you? Makes sense. There is construction photos of that. Oh, are there? Maybe they were relocating it, the facade and the keep building. Yeah, exactly. I didn't know that, David. Thank you. They definitely do say it's new, but I mean, look at China as well, right? It's full of copycat buildings. And, do they plant things like that to say, oh, yeah, of course we can build all this old stuff? But you just realize it's just a facade, even if they build the whole thing. Sold as kids, yeah, right? Get your home airport here. Gremlins Move too. Right? Gremlins movie has a lift. Oh, does it? A lift to where? Oh, thank you, Hetty J. Thank you. So yeah, that's something that I wanted to enter into the consciousness. Air travel, right? Air travel and airports are towers. Towers to where? To where we don't know, because they took our ships away and turned them into citizenships on the water, right? The locals probably know if it's new. Yes, they would. Yeah, I think John's covered that a few times and someone else, but I haven't had a good look into it. Hello, Margaret. Margaret. E. Jacobs, I live around a lot of interesting architecture. Something I've noticed, all the churches, they keep remote. Yeah. You're not allowed to have bells. Bells are starting mechanisms, right? When you ring the bells, it creates resonance, and that starts these machines working, as far as I know. Even if they've cut the circuit so they don't work, the resonance from those bells is still very good for us because it's tuned to the right frequencies. And they went through in World War II and ripped them all out, destroyed them all. And some of these, and the big bells, right? There's bells around that are just, shall we say, giant size, maybe. Let's say that. Brian Evans, and they could also send a laser-like beam to airships. Oh, maybe. They probably could. Maybe laser, maybe Caesar. As above, so below. And this is where we are as well. So with the Star Force, we couldn't see them before we had drones and all this stuff, right? Because you can't really see Star Force from an aeroplane. And so they were hidden. It's like the Nazca lines. They were hidden until someone flew over them in a plane and got a bird's eye view. So airships would give you a bird's eye view of everything. But we're going back to it right now. We've got drones, and we're starting to discover all this stuff again. They're filled with charged hydrogen and helium. Helium. Is that, what did the Hindenburg have? Was it helium that exploded? It's the safest way to cross the ice. I'm not going to say anymore. There's I think one of the photos actually was from the Arctic, but there's definitely tons and tons of airship movement down that way. Antarctic, should I say. Yes, good call on the Gremlins. Old homes have lifts. A lot of them have those little side towers, don't they? The little whatever they're called, little Rapunzel towers. Rapunzel, the fairy tales, maybe they're there to make us think that all this stuff that we can see is just, towers, right? It's not airports. Bells may have been rung to say airship inbound however. They may have been. I'm sure it was all one big connected functioning system. What Jesus says about alien invasions, Average American. There you go, guys. Is that the name of your channel? Go check out Average American and see his video, what Jesus says about alien invasions. I did not know he talked about them. Thank you. David M. Helium. Nice. Hindenburg was hydrogen. Okay, thank you. So hydrogen, obviously very explosive, and they tell us not to do that. So helium is better, I'm thinking. Hindenburg was hydrogen. Hydrogen, cool. All right. Crystal electromagnetic energy harnessing stations all over the Antarctic. Interesting. Lots of interesting stuff in the Antarctic, right, that they don't tell us about. Le phare is French for, the lighthouse. Yeah, right. That was on the top of the Eiffel Tower. Interesting. Lighthouse for what? It's not exactly near the ocean. What kind of ships? Lighthouse used for going, not coming. Stay in the light. Yeah, I did think about that because obviously you don't want to be driving up in an airship and get blinded, blinded by the light. So yeah, we don't know. That could all be retrofitting. That could be part of the illusion. They could have changed the bulbs. They could have been more directed. They may not have spun. Because I heard that, that the lighthouse keepers used to have to hand turn the globes. They used to have to hand wind mechanisms, and then that would spin them. But they used to have to go down, however many times a day and wind them up. So then they started floating them in mercury to reduce friction, so that they only had to wind them once a day. So that's what they tell us in the narrative. So that pretty much says that these lights were, at least changed from what they were doing, right? They were all retrofitted completely. We just don't know. Greetings from Denmark. Sorry, I'm late. Watching from the beginning. Hello, Vividness. Welcome. Okay. Yes, start from the beginning. It was awesome. It was a really good show, apparently. That's what everyone tells me. Please share this out too, guys. Share this out. Let people know that, the world we see, the world we've been given is not true. His story is not our story. And let's uncover this together. Remember the dirigible in The Mummy. I haven't seen The Mummy, I don't think. No, I don't. We'll have to check that out. But, those things are everywhere. Golden Compass was a big one. And also, I can't remember them. There's one that's set in like a city in World War II. Like so many of them are, right? It's a whole steampunk thing. 5-axis gyroscope. Oh, greetings from an airship in Queensland. Hello, Mr. Breeze. How is the view up there? Bend field in 3 dimensions. Okay. A 5-axis gyroscope. Okay, so that would make a point. Are you talking about instant travel there? Because that's if you're bending in 3 dimensions and you can put them in a focus point, then interesting. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. All you need is a battery or a tower or a battery tower. What do we have? Star forts, forts, right? What do they call forts? Batteries? Who knows? Who knows? Serpent seeds. Serpent seeds. What do they rule? They don't rule me. They just rule their own pathetic little imaginations. Check out Fringe TV show. Alternative Earth had blimps. Fringe, is that the name of it, Joe? I shall. Someone gave me their password to Netflix, so I can watch Netflix. Is that on Netflix? Fringe. Okay, I'll check that out. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Nice. Zhao, you know that most normies think that science has already been settled for all the topics being discussed here. To them, it is just all complete conspiracy theory, wishful thinking, and highly unlikely. I know. I've noticed. I was looking for some conspiracy theory memes the other day for a video, for tonight's video that is premiering at 8 p.m. in, what's that? Gosh, oh my God, what am I doing? It's like in 4 hours or something. And I noticed there's a heap of memes coming out that, I mean, they're really pathetic and bad, but they're trying to sort of, diss us and say that conspiracy theorists are stupid and they're always proven wrong, and we just, we can't read facts, but they're so bad. But yeah, they're trying to fight back because everyone's waking up, right? We cannot be ignored anymore. Have I noticed that Perth Hills are the same height most of the way along? I have. Have you seen, or do you know what a windrow is? I know what a window is. I know what Woodrow was Simon Townsend's dog. Is he associated? No, I do not know what a windrow is. Please let me know, James. Is it a songline? Let me know. Excuse me. Where are we? Atmospheric current increases, yes, 130 volts per meter off the ground, exactly. So this is why the spires, obviously why they're high in the air, right? The higher they are, the more frequency they can bring in, but it also means that they need more, to bring in more frequencies, you need a bigger structure. But yeah, it's there, it's taught. But you go to science class and talk about free energy and they'll say it doesn't exist. And you go, but it just, hello. Of course it does. And I go, oh, no, but we can't. But they talk about over unity and under unity and everything's, you can't get over unity. So they think you can't get more out of a circuit than goes in. And that's how they explain away free energy, because they run all this, if they got free energy, they run it through their systems that loses 80 to 90% of the energy to radiation, like heat and stuff. And then they go, see, it's inefficient. Oh, it doesn't exist. No, it's because they're inefficient and they're ridiculous. So yes, let's change the world. UFO ships for everyone. I agree, right? Were they the ships? When we read these stories, right, back in the day, it's always telling us about people in ships. And then, of course, with the whole, UFO narrative, they come in what? Space ships. So when they're talking about ships, well, that they could have been talking about airships, because they don't specify. They don't say that we're in a water ship. I mean, obviously, a lot of the time they talk about, being on the water, and they are. But, there's some stories where we may be reading it wrong. They may be talking about airships. We just don't know. I'm jumping into someone's conversation there. How rude of me. Very sorry. Oh, got 291 here in chat. Oh, really? Nice. Kai Cam got 291 here in chat. He will probably stay a bit longer. I don't know. I have no idea what that means. What are we doing? And we'll go another 10 minutes at least to an hour and a half. Hey, Dirigible is a 1931 American pre-code adventure film directed by Frank Capra. The picture focuses on the competition between naval fixed-wing and airship pilots to reach the South Pole by air. Nice. Dirigible. There you go, guys. Dirigible. Check that out. Thank you, Laurie. And I did have something. Oh, let me see if I can find it. I found that they actually have a National Lighthouse Day. Hang on, let me share my screen quickly. We'll do this one quickly. National Lighthouse Day is where are you? National Lighthouse Day there. Okay, can you see it? So National Lighthouse Day, and it says down here, it was August 7th, 1789, that Congress passed an act for the establishment and support of lighthouses, beacons, buoys, and public piers in honor of the 200th anniversary of the establishment of the first federal lighthouse. Congress designated August 7, 1989 as National Lighthouse Day. So, August 7, 1789, they passed an act to establish and support the building of lighthouses, beacons, and buoys. So again, is that just a cover? Is that a cover-up for we're going to change all these airports, all these anchoring, tethering stations? We're going to change them and tell you that they're lighthouses. Is that what that is? Just as a side note. So there we go. I did find that kind of interesting. Where are we? Stuart Rogers, is everything exempt? Nice. I just identify as a normie. Oh, memory loss. Hello, Alice in Tartaria. Hello, thank you for joining us. A little bit late, that's all right. You can go back and watch it. It was an awesome show. Ask me, I'll tell you so. Yeah, all about air travel in Tartaria, and we've been looking at the possibility that all these towers, water towers, lighthouses, and all these unexplained weird towers all over the place, were they actually airports, tethering stations for airships where people boarded and, what is it called? Embarked and disembarked airships. And the word tower, does that actually come from to where? This is where you go if you want to go to somewhere else. They take you to where you want to go, right? The tower to where you want to go. Who knows? I do like my words. Rich in strongness, power is in the air. You can collect it with hair. It's your aura. Oh, I like hair. I can collect it. Can't cut the hair. If you cut the hair, then, you can't destroy the temple, right? We have a few old water mills. Yeah, hippie shake. Yes, I'm working on something on that, and that'll hopefully be out soon. If I can just get under 15 interviews a week, it would be nice. Then I can do a bit more work. But I'm definitely gonna, water wheels definitely. Versailles, Bashina Mali, all this kind of stuff, all connected. I've got a lot to say on that. Janab Man, thank you for coming. What was your name? I don't remember meeting a Janab Man, but no doubt everyone's got aliases. But thank you for coming. We had fun. It was and we had a really nice weather too, which was awesome. Look up Milwaukee City Hall. It was an airship docking station. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've done a video just on that place. And yeah, thinking what I'm saying in my head, it does. Yeah, think about it. So this is the thing. I actually had to stop collecting pictures because there were so many pictures out there that I could have put in, and I didn't even start going back into the historical records. So yeah, I'll probably do it, and update a second part 2 on this. So any info you've got, Telegram guys. and let me know. Hopefully you can post on Telegram. I don't know. I don't know how to use all this stuff. I tried to do it so that there was a chat where everyone could post and talk and everything. But I don't know if I've done that rightly. So if I haven't and you know how to fix it, let me know. Let me know. I'll try and get something organized. Vincent Harris, he wants secrets. What are some secrets? The world you live in is a lie. It's all a movie concocted by evil, brain-dead, non-imaginative, parasitically taken over morons. So there you go. But don't tell anyone. It's a secret. It's a secret. Oh, my channel? I think everyone. Energy is everywhere. It is. We are energy. Did I take a look at German islands? Silt for halogen. And oh wow. No, I did not. Martin and Moberger, are they like lighthouses and things? I don't know. You'll have to know. So yeah, all this kind of stuff. Obviously, I can't write everything down and remember everything. That's hopefully what we can use Telegram for, to start sharing all this information, and we can have it there so we can find it if we're looking for it. So Martin, go and join my Telegram group and post something, and I will look at it. And everyone else who's got stuff, do that as well. And if you can't post, let me know, and I will contact someone who knows how to fix these things and ask them for help. There we go. How are we going? What do we do now? What do we do now? What we do is we focus on what we want, because everything is energy, right? And where attention or focus goes, energy flows. So what's happening at the moment is they are pushing their story, right? In the media, Medea, Medea, the goddess of illusion. Okay, the goddess of illusion from Hollywood, right? With their Hollywood, their magic wand, and what do? They cast spells. They broadcast the spells, right? They cast them broadly. So you can focus on that, and when you do, you will help them create exactly what they want. You will be helping them with their narrative. You will become an actor in their play. Or you can focus on the future that you want to build, that is based on nothing that they tell you. You know, whatever they tell you is real is a lie. That's what this that's what this whole channel is about. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. It's all a script. It's all a story. It is not true. So if you believe that, they've won. That's what you can do. You can give them the finger. You can understand that it's all crap. And by passing on, and I heard Martin had a bit of a rant about this on his last live, passing the bad information around, you're just helping the opposition, as far as, especially at this point. Now, obviously, we all need to be informed. We need to know what's going on, but that doesn't mean we need to spend 8 or 10 hours a day reading of how bad they are trying to tell us it's going to get, because this is all imaginary. Hasn't happened, right? It's all imaginary. They just tell us so that we make it happen, because we are the creators and they are pathetic. They can't create. They can't do anything. They're ridiculous, but they fool us. They're not stupid, unfortunately. They're left brain smart. They're conniving. And we're not. We're heart-centered, so we don't see conniving. We're not looking out for it. And that's how they get in and trick us. So the biggest thing we can do, everyone can do, stop passing the negative stories around. We know what's going on. Everyone knows what's happening. Okay, if you want information, it's all there. You can go and search for it. You can find what you want very quickly. Bitchute, Rumble, Odysee, Telegram. It's all there. It's all there. But don't shove this stuff in people's faces and try and make them focus on it, because all you were doing is helping the evil ones who are trying to destroy us. Okay, you're saying to everyone, this is their plan. Look, this is their plan. Making them focus on the plan that they want, not what we want. So forget about it. It's an illusion. It's a joke. It's a play. It only exists if you believe it exists. Okay? Build a new future. Build it in your mind. This is all imagined, right? All this fear, it's imagined. So switch over and imagine something good that makes you happy. Join the hunt and the quest for the Crystal City. Do some research and find out how amazing we were. Help figure out how this system of free energy worked, and let's rebuild it. All right, look for solutions. We need to know the problem, of course. But then once we know the problem, then that's all you need to know. Then you go straight to solutions and you don't need to look at the problem again. You know, you might need some specifics, but that's you don't focus on it. You focus shift. So that's what we can do, Lisa. Did I answer that well? I do rant. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. The narrative is a joke. It is. It's completely ridiculous. You know, and see what I do. If I want to get information, I watch channels like Salty Cracker, and there's a few other ones around. And it's basically they'll tell you what's happening, but they just laugh. They just laugh at these people and show you how stupid they are. Okay, and to me, that's the best way to get your info. You know, you get a gist of what's going on. Anything important, you'll pick up, and you get a good laugh on the way, and you don't take it on as fear. You know, a lot of these truthers, they sit there and they're like, okay, it's so bad. This is happening now, and this is in this, and this is in this, and they're coming to get us. Oh my! They put you in. They're just broadcasting fear. So don't buy into it. Don't buy into it. Yes. And if you like that kind of ranting, join my Spiral Up channel where I rant on a weekly basis. And also, Joey's in the chat. We're also doing weekly tarot, tarot with a twist, coming out every Monday. So make sure you go and check that out as well. Yes, I agree, Carol. Everyone needs a good Salty is great. I agree, Jim. Look at this. Got a few. Oh, look at this. Got the Salty Army is on board. Oh my gosh, look at this. There you go. Thank you, Mr. Brees. Everyone go check out Salty, subscribe, and definitely get on one of his live streams. They are epic. And he rants for about 3 hours, and these live streams he will get it's not so many on YouTube now, but he'll get 15,000 live on YouTube. And at the same time, he'll have 15 to 20,000 live on Rumble. He'll have the same on Odysee. Like this, you know, Rob the Salty Cracker, he gets like 50,000 people on his live streams. So definitely worth checking it out. So thanks for posting that, Mr. Brees. So that's my third channel of recommendation today is the Salty Cracker. Well, it's actually not the Salty Cracker. It's just Salty. Is it? Salty Cracker, something like that. And of course, the Felon Show. If you weren't here at the start, the King Dave Felon Show is here. Dave's been doing awesome work over there in New Zealand. I watched this one earlier, salt baths, pools, and molten salt. There's a few things. I think he said Divergent brought out, but I saw a meme as well. And it's going around, and it's when you superheat salt, it turns to what looks pretty much exactly like lava, which I found really interesting. But heaps of stuff here. He's got a ton of... Oh, look at that. He even interviewed me. Go check that one out. Oh, and look at that. Martin Leakey. There you go. Oh, Max Eigen. Oh, my God. Dave, you're doing well there. Oh, Martin Leakey again. So there you go. Go check Dave out. He's also got another channel where he interviews ex-felons, people from prison, because Dave actually was in prison. So his story is really interesting, and it's actually on my Spiral Up channel if you want to go check it out, where he explains what he went through, and he's come out the other side and just shown you that wherever you are, you can change it. He literally came out of prison where he spent the last couple of years in solitary confinement for over, I can't remember the exact time, but it was over 300 days of the year in solitary confinement in prison. Okay, he's come out, and now he's out there spreading the love, spreading the joy, spreading information, completely turn his life around. He's inspiring people. He's helping other people who are in his situation find their feet. So that's another thing. If you want to know what you can do, be like Dave and Tartarian Truthers. I think that's all their videos. Yeah, they've only got 5 out. New channel, 2 girls from Australia. But really good videos. So go and check them out as well. Actually, I probably can put the links in. Okay, look at this. I'm going to be all technical here. Paste. All right. That is Tartarian Truthers. And I'll get King Dave in there as well for you. So go and join these channels. And I shall stop sharing. And there we go. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. A bit impromptu, but I really wanted to share that information of the airships, right? Airports, towers, to where, terminals. A terminal, right? What's a terminal? Electricity, circuit board anywhere? Anyone? Terminals. Train terminals. What's a terminal? There we go. So thank you all for joining me, guys. Please set up a Discord channel auto. Now, someone was going to do it for me. Who was that? I lost them. Something got set up, but the email that they sent me was wrong. They'd entered it wrong, and I can't get into it. So if that's you, please email me back, because one has been set up, but I haven't been able to access it. And I can't remember if I've got back to them or not. I've just been so busy, but it definitely is something we want to set up. We want to get some chats going. So Dan as well is going to help with that. Dan, are you in here? Dank Dan, who set up Saturday, the meetup on Saturday, and we're going to set up some like Skype chats where we can just do Skype chats and things. And that's something you can do as well, just online with people in your area. So yes, definitely working on it all. We're getting there. After doing a stretch in solitary, you are free to, exactly. Use your time well, guys. Use your time to go inside. This is all about us growing, seeing further, spreading truth, making the right decisions. Because this is the apocalypse. They want us to believe it's the apocalypse. They want us to believe it's all going to collapse. But it's not. It's the apocalypse. It's the lifting of the veil where we get to see their nefarious ways, and then we get to make a choice to either accept them or to kick them in the nuts and tell them we're not interested anymore. And they can take their system and shove it up their butts, because that's pretty much what needs to be done. Needs to fall. Okay. Babylon needs to fall. So thank you all for joining me. I do love you all. Appreciate you all. Please share this around this video. And if you haven't already, make sure you join in the discussion in Telegram and join the email list as well. And I'll keep you up to date on that, just because who knows, you may wake up one day and this channel may not be here. We just can't guarantee it. But if you're in Telegram and you're in the email, then we'll never lose touch. We'll be able to let you know where I am. So spread the love, guys. We are the way forward. We are the spell breakers. So get out there and break some spells. And I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.